So hello, welcome to Saturday at Derek's review of...
Hey Internet, we saw Age of Ultron!
Yeah!
Oh shit, that was good.
So, this movie wasn't without its issues. No, just kidding. It was
Really?
fucking
Because
awesome.
you were all like, I can't think of anything wrong with
Yeah,
this.
neither can
It's
I.
it's as good as the first one was, and I wasn't expecting that, and it's fucking amazing. And
Well, that was an hour after we saw it.
but you've had time to think about things to bitch about, other than your cat
Well,
wrecking your.
Because from what I understand,
I can't wait to
It's
see
pretty
the full
long.
arc.
hell yeah,
That's gonna be so cool.
If we get a freaking version,
Yeah,
drool.
yeah. No, that could be a whole day just right there.
Actually,
So we gotta
later
watch it.
on,
No.
doing like a limited theatrical release of it would be really cool too.
It would. Oh, especially in the new theater.
Yeah, but let's talk about what we liked about the film first.
Okay.
Besides the obvious everything.
Really cool.
Robot.
Yeah, Ultron.
Ultron.
Ultron, who's
He's a
not a
robot.
robot, but he's an
He
artificial
looks like
life
a
form.
robot.
Damn it. But anyway, what I liked about it, it was clever. It was well written. It set up, well,
Without saying, without
and it
doing
changed
too much.
well, and it changed the tone of Tony Stark's character.
Right.
The Civil War.
Well, Tony Stark's always been kind of a.
Yeah, no, but
he's-
up till now they've really portrayed him as kind of douchey,
Kinda the
but
easy-go-lucky.
he's a fun time guy, and he's like, fuck it, I can take care of it, everything's fine because I'm Tony Stark.
Well, and I think they started doing that, setting that up in actually Iron Man 3. It seems to me they actually kind of started with all the
Thing from the first Avengers.
Still not my favorite part of that movie, but
and then of course there's the horror of that's
well, yeah, we'll talk about.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But it did a lot of good things, and it did them really well. The action sequences were great. Everything was really well choreographed. Some people might think they pushed the comedy a little too hard.
Yeah, it was fun.
There was
like
but
those
and I love that shit. There's a lot of great banter and smart assy jokes.
You needed that little bit of levity, though. Otherwise, this movie would have been really dark.
Yeah.
If you hadn't had quips, this movie would have been really depressing.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to have that little bit of balance. How about you, Jolene? What were your favorite aspects of this film?
The one part where what did he say exactly?
Well, he
you
said
are
a lot of stuff.
something like
Yeah.
Bader, they
Oh,
took advantage of
Vision.
that.
Just wait.
Vision.
Oh yeah, he said to this Vision guy.
Vision guy. Yeah, he says to Vision,
And then
Vision
the guy
replies
goes,
back.
"Hey."
Yeah, that was the extent of
I like
the aspects that you liked about this film.
Oh no.
Did you like the fighting?
Yeah.
All the combat scenes?
And Captain America's.
Um,
I like him.
Yeah.
His outfit is so cool, and he's from the '40s, which is awesome.
I like just about everything with this film as well. The action scenes were really good. The build up, the characterization of Hawkeye.
Yeah,
was
and
fantastic.
it's nice they finally did a lot more with Hawkeye than they have previously.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just that guy with the bow for the most part.
And this is a
Previously.
spoiler review, so you've been fully warned now. Go away if you don't want spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. Hawkeye, okay, they're setting him up to die. Setting him up to die.
Yeah.
Setting him up to die.
Because it's Joss Whedon and somebody's going to fucking die.
Right, and they've always said somebody's dying in this, somebody's gonna die in this, and you're just ready for it. And then in the end, and that was handled really well because you actually got to a point where you actually gave a to see this made for a stranger.
Yeah. But through the whole movie, Whedon's like setting Hawkeye up. And there's more to him than just...
I'm gonna break everybody's heart.
Yeah, we're setting him up to be an everyman. He's a guy who could be your best friend. He could be you, you know, and you really felt like he was building to that heart-wrenching moment where
it's gonna happen. You can see it as the
to the point where this grim shit like I might not I could fucking yep, going off to love you, honey. Bye for me. And the one
huh? And he sees it coming because he's like I gotta go killed, and he's going to turn his and then Quicksilver comes. And it was just so well done.
Yeah, it was.
I can't wait to see it again. Yeah, just everything, and then Ultron is like.
You don't need to say anything beyond that.
We've got kind of
where they CGI'd him so well, they made an android face like it was awesome.
Well, and we've gotten kind of used to the point where Marvel villains aren't really anything too much.
Most of them aren't terribly deep.
Yeah, I mean, we've had Loki has been kind of deep.
Yeah.
Red Skull was kind of deep, but
again,
still kind of a throwaway character by the end of the movie.
Up until this point, he's been a one and done, and a lot of that is they were villains in setup movies. Mm-hmm. They were, a lot of them were just villains in backstory films.
I would so love to see Red Skull come back and do something more significant.
Yeah. Well, it's he might, because there's a fan theory that the Tesseract actually just
and then there was like setup where the villain was more the situation or the core group of villains than an actual villain.
Yeah.
So even like Ronan was just kind of like he was a little bit more interested in some of the previous villains, but he was still kind of a
and his weird facial expressions were confusing.
He was more of a setup for Thanos than he was an actual villain for himself.
Yeah.
But in this, Ultron actually gives a character that has depth to him.
Yes. Yeah. He had real motivations, and you could understand where he was coming from, even though they were twisted as fuck.
Yeah, and he was frightening. But not frightening in a way of just villainy, but frightening because
he's a dark reflection.
Yeah, so
and that's the scary thing is in a
yeah. How about things we didn't care about too much for the film? Was there anything that you really didn't that kind of felt a little bit off to you?
Oh, I just thought of something. Captain America.
Oh,
I felt like they should have let him finish the sentence that what he was talking about. I don't know. That's the only thing that I kind of didn't like.
I think that was more for I don't even know. I don't even remember what he was talking about, to be honest.
Me neither.
But yeah, so it felt kind of abrupt. I kind of thought the way they finally
was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah. And then once again, for me, the pacing. The end for me was a little anticlimactic.
But that's obviously
yeah,
because
yeah.
they're gonna make another one.
Well, we
Sequel.
don't know being more.
Right.
I
Come
hope
back.
that-
Could
I like
be
him.
hiding in.
I don't
Yeah.
think
Somewhere.
he's dead. Yeah.
Or he could have been, a backup.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I don't ever count out of a fight.
no, because he's many
So
times.
it's not like a living, breathing character you dropped off.
And
the
you never
roof
know.
of-
I had a hard time wanting to kill him and might have just.
That's possible. That would actually be really nice to create conflict later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see coming back in the near future just because
There's already so many storylines.
well, yeah, because they've already got to do Civil War and they've got to do Infinity War, and there's just a lot to go through.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. So
Whatever Black Panther's gonna be fighting.
yeah.
How about Claw? How did you guys feel about Claw?
Wait, who was Claw?
Ulysses Claw.
He was the guy.
The
who
guy
got
Oh, that was sad.
sad.
You got-
Poor Andy Serkis. He wasn't
I
afraid
didn't
of
even
nothing.
know it was Andy Serkis till after the end. You told me. You didn't even look like him.
But yeah, it's great. There wasn't a hell of a lot I really had to complain about.
Me neither.
Maybe given another week to really mull it over, I might come up with something. But at this point, I just want to see it again. But this time, I want to go to that super
The Ultra.
screen.
The Ultra. Favorite character?
Captain America.
Hulk.
Ultron. Ultron was.
I liked how much depth they gave to Banner's character.
Yeah,
And
it really was
how
more of a
much
Banner
ass-
story this time than a Hulk story.
Yeah, well, and he got a lot of great ass whooping screen time in this one also.
And once again, Joss Whedon really did a lot of service to every character that was in there. And
Yeah,
considering
well, and he's
he had,
very good at that.
Considering he had 2 more or 3 more characters that he had to develop, 4 more characters that he had to develop this time.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he had to work through the plot in order to.
So how would you rate it?
I
Out of 5.
9.5.
9.5.
Oh, out of
So out of 10. How
How
would you rate it?
I guess 10.
I gave it 3 thumbs up. So,
That's not the same.
yeah, no, very, very cool movie. Better than the first or about equal to the
On
first?
par.
Yeah.
I think it's better.
Although actually slightly better, yeah,
better.
because while Loki was the main villain in the first one, the Chitauri were kind of throwaway shit. I mean, they were just an excuse to have the Avengers together and show them kicking ass. This movie also had the big horde of villains thing like they did in the first one, but at least, it was more Ultron-centric.
And they actually, which was nice. So yeah, just very positive feelings about the film, just like everybody else is having. So yeah, that's our
Yeah.
and maybe later on this
Spoiler.
week we'll do a non-spoiler review, where it's just a bunch of beeps over what we just said.
Yeah, right.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. Have a good day.
Hey, thank you.